the swish and flick.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Hello guys, welcome to the Potter Wars channel. It's my new series about the Harry Potter universe. I call it the traumatic world of magic because you can agree with me or not, but the magic world of the Harry Potter universe is so dangerous. You can find many terrible things there. Monsters like enormous spiders or formidable giants, bloodthirsty werewolves, and of course, Death Eaters. And it's not the end of the terrible things. In Harry Potter worlds, we can find not only cruel persons or beasts, we can see the evil even between good characters like members of the Order of Phoenix, and not only of them. The first episodes of my series will be about the whole campaign in the Wizarding world. Almost everyone was a part of this agenda. I'm talking about house elves and their enslavement. During the actions described in the Harry Potter story, we can meet a lot of house elves. I will recall you only a few of them. Firstly, the most famous and, how can I assume, the most loved, Dobby, who served in Malfoy's house and wanted freedom the most from other house elves. Secondly, Winky. She was present in the fourth Harry Potter book, The Goblet of Fire. She was served by the Crouch family. Then, she also became a free house elf. And the last one, the Creature, my favorite house elf. You can ask why. I'm gonna explain it later. Of course, we can find more than these three house elves during the Harry Potter's tale. The largest flock of them in England is in Hogwarts. They clean the students' and professors' dormitories, lecture halls, and castle corridors. And of course, prepare food in the kitchen. They do it at night when everybody sleeps. In the wizard's opinion, good house elves should do their duties without being noticed. This series about house elves is gonna have a few episodes. In the first one, I will tell you about house elves in general. For example, I will answer the questions. Why are they obedient? Do they want freedom? Why did they have to punish themselves? How much magical power did they have? Did they get paid for their works? Did they have any rights? In the following parts, I will tell you more about house elves which we know from Harry Potter books, Dobby, Winky, and Creature. Finally, we will look at the problem of slavery in the world of Harry Potter from the perspective of the actual world. I will look at this issue from my philosopher's perspective. So, let's start. At the beginning of my speech, I want to say it clearly. House elves were slaves, totally. No one can convince me otherwise. And this is a significant shadow on the reputation of the whole wizarding world. But I will tell you about it later. Let's start with our questions. The first one, why are they obedient? The house elves were slaved by a particular spell imposed on their race. We don't know what kind of magic it is, but this curse was highly potent, and house elves could not avoid it, even with their magic potential. Most likely, this curse was cast a lot of centuries before the Harry Potter tale. This magic was cruel. Why? The aims of this spell were selfish and took care of only one side of the magic world, the wizards. Moreover, house elves didn't know how to live without serving people. This curse made them slaves and gave them no opportunities to change this situation. Imagine it. You are a slave and have no chance to become free. Your life is in someone else's hands. Without his permission, you can do nothing. The second one. Do they want freedom? The short answer is not. You can ask why. Look at this problem from the house elf perspective. You have been a slave since you were born. Your parents were slaves. Your grandparents were slaves. The whole of your race are slaves without opportunities to change this. It is impossible. You must accept your situation. The curse made it, and you have no exit. Your mind is totally in bed with a slave mentality. You can't even think in another way. That's all. And why did they have to punish themselves? I think it's a defense reaction against the spell. Punishment was a consequence of behavior hallmarked by freedom. Of course, not complete freedom. It was an activity connected with their mental state and even evil thoughts or moves. It was cheating on enslavement, escaping the rigid framework of action. Unfortunately, this brought disastrous results. And how much magical power did they have? During the Harry Potter books action, we can find situations where house elves show their magic potential. For example, after gaining freedom, Dobby attacked his ex-owner, Lucius Malfoy. He didn't need a wand and was better than an adult, fully qualified wizard. Actually, a Death Eater was trained by Lord Voldemort. Tiny house elf was better than him. It should show you how many magic possibilities these beings have. Of course, we have more examples to confirm this thesis. Still, I will tell you more about it in the following episodes by discussing Dobby, Winky, and Creature. Now, I can say that house elves had tremendous magic power. Did they get paid for their works? Of course not. There was one house elf who wanted money for his work, Dobby, and unfortunately his co-workers from Hogwarts were so surprised because of that and even have been ashamed. They thought that Dobby had brought them all disgrace. Repeatedly, they showed outrage at this free house elf. And the last question, did they have any rights? Again, not. This is the following argument that house elves were slaves. Unfortunately, the Ministry of Magic wasn't interested in what was happening with these beings in wizards' houses. People could do everything with them, even torture, and officials didn't care. House elves were live creatures, but were dealt with like things. Sirius Black once said that the world is not divided into good people and Death Eaters. I agree with him, but in the case of house elves, almost all of the wizarding world is similar to Death Eaters. That is all in this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like it, leave something below. Subscription, commentary or like. And see you in our next movies. Check Greg's movies about Star Wars if you like this series. Bye.